Howdy rail fans, and welcome back to another episode of Trains with Shane. Another Will It Run video here. What I've got is a very large Southern Pacific unit. I bought this in a lot with 3 other locomotives being sold on eBay by trains.com. That's trains with a Z. As you've probably heard me mention, they buy used lots and resell them. So this unit here was made by what looks like Con-Cor, Southern Pacific. This thing is huge. The box is getting a little bit sketchy right here on the lid. Let's see if we can get this out here. This thing has some weight on it. So I'm not sure exactly the model of this unit. If I had to guess, maybe an E8 or an E9. Given that these are 3-axle trucks. It looks like, even though the trucks are 3-axle, we only have drive on 2 axles of each truck. That's kind of interesting. Appears to have been made in Japan. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that Con-Cor was in Japan. Looks like we have the lower part of the cab body molded into the truck here. I saw this on a Rocco Austria unit that you guys should look forward to in another video if I haven't posted it already. Looks like all of our details are molded in. See our horn chimes, so there's no nothing to break off. The car body windows here, you see they have a little bit of a glint to them. That's kind of cool. So instead of just leaving a hole there, they actually made an effort to make it look like it's made out of glass. Looks like we have a split frame construction here. That's always cool. I can't get over how heavy this thing is. I'll have to see if I can get a digital scale. Very, very clean looking. See, the wheels are nice and shiny. Even though the gears appear dry, they aren't covered in caked in, dried, decades-old lubricant. This one actually has a rear coupler. Usually those go missing when you buy used lots. So I'm pretty excited about this one. I have a feeling it might not handle very tight radius turns though, so we might not be able to run it on the disgusting workbench loop track here. But very cool looking unit. Let's get her over to the layout on the test track and see what she does or what she does not do, as is the custom. Alright, we're over on the test track with the gigantic Con-Cor Southern Pacific unit here that we got from trains.com. Like I said, I think this is like an E8 or an E9 or something. It's a big 6-axle unit. Let's see how she performs. I already got track power on. Forward. Let's roll into the power. We have lights. Full power, nothing. There we go. She needed a little nudge. Stop, back. Not bad. Let's dial the power back down. About half power, 3/4 power. Didn't quite get to full power. Let's slow her down a little bit. We're still pretty high up on the power here, but this is a big, heavy unit. Slow speed performance isn't too bad. Had to jump back into the power there to get her unstuck. fairly quiet. Roll back off of the power a little bit. Oh, back on. Yeah. Not the smoothest unit in the world. But so far out of the box, as far as the things I've bought in this used lot, it's performed the best so far out of all the other units. Alright, let's bring her back fast. Not bad. So, this one's in pretty decent shape, but we are going to take the shell off and try to freshen up the lubrication anyway. So I will see you guys back over on the disgusting workbench. Alright, we are over onto the workbench with the Con-Cor Southern Pacific E unit. And a little bit of discovery on this, as a matter of fact. So, the fact that it says made in Japan on the bottom, as you can see right there, and Japan on the trucks, had me curious. So I went to the internet and ran a search, like you do, and I found the spookshow.net website, and this site is a pretty big reference, I guess you would call it, for N-scale motive power and rolling stock. There's dozens and dozens of different models, and he's got it broken down by not only who the model was sold by, which was Con-Cor in this case, but also who made the train. As you know, Atlas, I don't think, has ever built their own stuff. They've always subbed it out to places like Rocco in Austria, Rivarossi in Italy, Kato in Japan, etc., etc. And the model railroad industry is full of that. Bachman has had a bunch of different manufacturers. Lifelike has had a few. Tyco, Mantua, and the list goes on. And this website breaks it all down, and I'll put a link in the description. Now, what I found is that this Con-Cor unit is actually made by Kato, and the well, at least the drive mechanism is. The shell is a Rivarossi shell, and the guys at Con-Cor found that it fit perfectly. So all they had to do was design a little fuel tank cover here that splines into the slots here on the Rivarossi body, and made it right to this Kato drive unit. And when I put this on the track around the workbench here, and I'll go ahead and show you guys, don't mind the clutter here, but I've got a crapalanche, and what I've got here is I think this one is a lifelike, maybe. You guys, if you have been into the hobby, will probably recognize these. These were made for Bachman, these were made for Lifelike, these were made for pretty much everybody. Only things that really varied were the color of the plastic and the type of handle. I like this one in particular because it has this little fold-out handle. Gives you a tiny bit more finite control over the power. The long and the short of it is, I use this to power this track, and it delivers a lot more power than the little battery-powered unit I use over on the switching layout. Okay, this thing runs like a dream. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this up. So you just give it a little split. Off comes the fuel tank that says Con-Cor E8-A J198. I'm not sure what J1 means, but or maybe that's 5198, meaning the 51st week of 1998. Who knows? Either way, that holds these. And our assembly here, it's a fairly snug fit. There we go. Let's see if I can find it here. If you guys can see on the inside, right above my finger here, it says Italy RR, so that's the Rivarossi. This must be the molding or the casting number 9982. It's fairly thin and lightweight. It's pretty delicate. I like it, honestly. There's a lot of detail in this. You really have to look close. I don't think I can really show it that well on the GoPro here. I really need to get a new camera for the up-close shots, but it's pretty nice. I like it. And here, of course, is the star and why this thing is so heavy. We've got a 3-piece. See, it starts out as a split frame on bottom and then goes to a big single piece on top. Got our rear worm gear here, and obviously the other one is obscured by the casting here. Have our headlight with an insulative light tape on it so that the light only shines out where the light is supposed to shine out and not give the exorcist, light out of the cab windows here. Yeah, this thing is excellent. Since discovering that this is a Kato unit, that means that this thing is worth what I paid for it, plus the other 6 or 7 units that I've purchased. So this was a really good discovery. You don't win them all. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very, very, very light lubrication job on this. We're going to put a tiny bit of the Labelle 106 on the worm gear here. Just a skosh. And then we're going to flip over here and put a very, very tiny amount of 102. On our truck gears. Maybe at some point I will get up the courage to disassemble this chassis. But right now it doesn't need it. And again, this thing it's heavy. I can't really explain it unless you hold it yourself. It easily slides back together here. Just gonna give that a little tap to make sure we're seated all the way. Yep, now we are. Looks like our tank is symmetrical. So it doesn't really matter which way around we install it. Or does it? Looks like these little standoffs in here might be offset slightly. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can put it on this way. Looks like it does not want to fit that way. Okay, so this does go one way. And that just gently slides in and engages with the cutouts. Let me get set up here. I will switch off of the GoPro here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to switch off the GoPro here. We're just going to come back out. Let me get this thing set up on the rails because I need both my hands, and I will get an action shot. Alright guys, we're on the ring track of the disgusting workbench. Here is our Con-Cor / Kato E8 unit. Runs really, really nice. If you notice, the light is coming out of just the light and the number boards, and not out of the cockpit windows. I'm running pretty low on the power setting here, as a matter of fact. It's very efficient. And I've got it pulling almost every piece of rolling stock that I own that has a Rapido coupler on it. I will probably end up getting the matching, oops, sorry guys, I'll probably end up getting the matching passenger cars that match this particular color scheme. I think they called it the Daylight Traveler. Let's turn the power down a little bit. These are, I think, 9 3/4 inch radius. It might be bigger, it's hard to tell, but this thing handles it with ease. Turn the power right down here, and slow speed is pretty good. Oh, did we stall? More power, just a little bit. That might be in my my ancient power pack here. So I'm trying to get a hold of a newer Kato unit that has the really cool throttle. So anyway guys, we are going to cut this one right here, and yeah, proof that every now and then you actually do get lucky on a score. This was so much less of a will it run video, more than a actually turns into a what do we have video, and it turns out we have far more than we paid for, which doesn't always happen. So with that guys, I'm gonna sign off, and we will see you on the next one. I want to thank you for joining me on Trains with Shane on the I Saw It Online YouTube channel. Oh, also, guys, I really would appreciate it if you hit that like button, toss a comment down there, get some conversation going. We really need the discussion on the channel. hit that subscribe bell. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't make me any money. But it will help get the channel contents out to the rest of the YouTube population. Maybe get us some more traffic. And hopefully get more people watching what we're doing here. Thanks. Bye.